Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of the United States. Looks like we are ostracized by Russia and Ukraine and Eastern Europe to some extent. So we do need to watch that. We're probably going to have a war with Russia. That's sooner rather than later, and Russia has had a lot of time this playthrough. So they may actually be fairly difficult to go into conflict with. And we're just going to pay down everything. We went back over 34 trillion in debt. But our interest on debt was nowhere near what it was because we were just down at 6%. All right, so Thailand is conducting military actions on Myanmar. We're just going to let it be for now. I would expect that our we're hovering at 3 stacks right now, which is okay. But we can make that even better. And this is going to be cool because we're going to get an office sector. I don't see anyone with an available research. So we'll just let that sit. And we are going to complete that. We did just finish the Diversity Act. We actually will not be able to take the Tides of Change because I messed up early on with one of the selections. I may have clicked it without reading or clicked it when I was clicking on something else. It may have popped up. But it was one of the events for the selections here that messed me up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and lower our taxes. So we should shift completely to the 4th construction level, or our 4th stack. And we'll start overwhelming Iran here. Yep, it's dropping by about what, two a tick. Okay, so we are in a pretty good place then. Now we just need to queue up more things. Like land forts. I don't really care if we get... I didn't want that. That was the only thing I didn't want to happen, was me click that. Go ahead and just get some random land forts built out. And we'll bump all this up. And the reason I want to get all this going is because they are about to merge once this war is over and we get so we're gonna have some interesting things go down here situationally. And our tax cost is still 60%, so we're losing over half our factories. All right, let's pay that down. Yeah, our interest rate is still over 5%, which is reasonable. Still not great, but it's not like end of the world now. Yeah, and we're down to under $38 billion a week for interest payments. We're being responsible with our money. We're not buying as many guns as we could buy or should buy. We probably should be buying more guns. Yep. We'll get everything right. I think Calm has a fuel issue. And supply issue. That's crazy. This naval, yeah, we could bump that naval base up and our railroads here. So we could get this to be a size 6. The whole way up. And then cut across on this border region as it should. We can have this go to this supply hub. And make this size 6. And then put a supply hub right there. And we'll bridge that at some other point. And that'll fix a lot of those issues there. The other thing that needs to happen is that needs to be a max size port. Alright, we're going to lower our population tax actually. That won't have an immediate effect, I wouldn't believe. Well, it's a little bit. Not enough of a change to make it worthwhile to lower it. Sadly. Hmm. We do have a lot of available manpower, though. Not a bad thing. We are going to run into power problems until we get some of this research done again. Okay, so we got his project's finished. Go ahead and keep researching. Yeah, we have tons of power problems with the fluctuation that's inherent. Not seeing. Where is our. There it is. Our foreign influence independence is terrible. That is so bad. It's actually wildly low. Yep, we're fighting back pretty good. And we should have. I think this. No. This drops off in about a week. We'll get more political power gain, and I think our tax costs should be okay. Should be better. Not seeing anything detrimental. At this moment in time. Yeah, if we boosted, like it removed, sorry, not boosted, but if we removed all our foreign influence, we'd be very close to being a superpower. And yeah, the whole Afghanistan OEF mission is terrible. Terribly annoying. All right, so what does that do? Look at our political power. Oh my god. That was crazy huge. That debuff. We didn't have that. That wouldn't have forced our hand on a lot of policy choices. We're gonna go ahead and lobby. We finished safe cloning, so let's get CRISPR. I do want to make sure that we have like 50 political power so we can drop the autonomy. Alright, we can also do our war justification now. So they are not at war with us right now. So we're in this war. Iran got booted out of the war. What is that timing? Somehow these became separate battles. And they have 21 divisions there that we would be landing into. Okay. So let's think about this. Air campaign power in the Levant. They do not have the range. We'll get supplies. We have 50 multi-roll that we can move to any of these air bases kind of around. Let's move these into there. Have them support from here. All right. And then we have Marine Command. We're going to go ahead and activate all of that. Railroad building. Get a head start there. Let's see if our invasion force will have enough leeway to actually get in there. I don't think it will. I think we'll actually lose this. Because we'll just run out of time as they're retreating. Yeah, we're just going to run out of time for this invasion is my thought. Israel's attacking. So yeah, they're going back, escaping, and healing up. I mean, that's realistic, I guess. Well, I don't know. We may actually win. We've only had one unit. I will say this, though. This does make these Marine divisions more prevalently in what I need to do to them. What do we call these? template is Reinforced Marine Regiment. And then oh, so it's a mix. I'm not gonna win that no matter what. Looks like they may have enough bodies to stall us. Kind of the problem they're gonna run into. Yeah, because we just lost another. Well, I don't know. It's for sure close. Yeah, because those were fairly well entrenched, it looks like, too. Then we lose another Marine, so then our percentage drops. We got it. That's crazy. And Israel's gonna get this. Yeah, there's literally nothing we can do there. We'll just exit. Finish our black operations. So that got annexed. Can't do anything with Lebanon. Let's go ahead and stop that. Delete all those naval invasions. Azerbaijan trade agreement. All right, cool. Cool. Let's go throw money into Canada that we just took out loans for the war. Basically started the war with for the excuse to get more debt so we could invest more money. Here. And we'll throw a stack of 8 right there. 4 right there, and we're back. All right, and I'm gonna mothball all these extra templates. We are, in fact, yeah, we're definitely gonna look at this. Okay, so coastal regions. This is a mountain. Also a mountain. Plains. Desert. So desert and plains are 144s. Mountains again. 120s. So realistically, if we had size 20, we'd only be missing out on 4 combat with. And we could hit mountains and coastal plains pretty equivalently. I think this is like a city, right? So you get an urban. Yeah, 20 is going to be 20 or 40. All right, we're just going to get rid of all this. This is going to be swapped into armor, and we're going to do armored marine infantry the whole way. That gives us size 20. I think, are these APCs? Yeah, so this is already on IFV. We can have a tank company here. Let's remove all this for now. We definitely want heavy engineering, helicopter combat service. Those are fine. So we just want the most bonuses right now. Gives us bonuses to city, urban, lowers plains, and desert, which is not great. Attack heli, desert bonus, urban movement, but not attack. Yeah, we kind of lose bonuses for everything we would want, except we do get plains. Just terrible in the mountains. Honestly, anti-air is pretty nice. Self-propelled rockets and artillery batteries don't really give us any bonuses to terrain. So these would be still absolute trash in the mountains. We should never do a naval invasion in the mountains. So transport would lower everything that we actually want. Let's check on armored infantry. Lower in the desert, lower in the plains, but huge bonuses to city, marsh, and jungle. Versus tank, which is just lower everywhere, but gives you huge breakthrough bonuses. Yeah, attack helis actually give you desert and plains bonuses with very minimal change to places you'd actually care about hitting, like cities. So attack helis would be okay. It just lowers your organization a lot, but it does boost your hard and soft attack a ton. And then you can do yeah, you can make these changes with artillery. Those are pretty functional, but I almost want to say armored infantry would be the best, but I don't think the headquarters actually function. There are issues with that. Yeah, these minor reductions in river and such. Yeah, we get a huge amphibious bonus. That lowers organization so much. About FPV. Whoa! I think we have to take FPV. It boosts our attack percentage. Doesn't help in super cities. Yeah, I think I have to take FPV. Yeah, because this would lower everything. And then one of these gives us crazy soft bonus. This gives us way more breakthrough. Honestly, the rocket are just generally better. Though our organization goes down to nothing. So let's see if we can rectify that by making this division much bigger. .40 width right there. And that gives us 70 organization. Now, can I swap? Yeah, well, we can swap this and add an attack helis with minor changes. And this changes, lowers the overall armor, increases the combat width to 40, but we increase our soft and hard attack in our organization to pretty good levels. And then maintain our good bonuses. And then we're going to upgrade this to 2021 U.S. Marine Regiment. They're going to get elite equipment. And we're going to have to change all these manually. So this regiment is so much better than it was. Yeah, so we have 160, 200. One of these is probably too big of a group to do a naval invasion. This 5 is probably the right size. This 200 combat width. And we'll finish all of these. I don't know what our supply of vehicles is looking like after doing this upgrade. I'm going to have to check that out. Alright, cool. And we'll go ahead and end it here. Yep. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode.